In this video series, we explore insights from 5 academics from 5 different UK higher education institutions and their response to the recent outbreak of Covid-19. Specifically, we take a look at some of the challenges this crisis has created for teaching in the sector, some of the ways in which they have adapted to maintain continuity in their support and delivery, with some useful tips and tricks. We also take some time to reflect upon the challenges this creates for the future of the sector, and how they think universities will or should adapt going forward. In part 2 of this short video series, we examine the considerations that have to be made when developing resources for online learning. Dr. Agnieszka Herden from the University of Greenwich talks emphatically about the importance of learner-centred design when reshaping your materials.
So I think especially my discipline is numerics. So it's not that you just telling the story, you have to demonstrate the numbers, how the student do the number crunching, when the numbers coming from, and how to get the right pattern and results. So you have to very carefully think about it, how you prepare your materials. And then when you prepare those materials, you need to think, okay, how long the recording could be, how long my student will be able to concentrate on what I'm trying to tell them. Because I'm sorry, I'm not delivering to you any exciting movie, horror movie, adventurous movie, a comedy. I'm delivering to you an academic content that sometimes it's difficult to digest. So, reshaping your materials is a key, and thinking that it's at the right stage. I think length of the recording is important. Chopping into small pieces that are clearly demonstrating things to them. You have to put yourself in the position of being students and having less knowledge, because very often we're carrying on because we've been delivering the same content or similar content for years. So some things we're doing too fast. Sometimes we've already know those things, so we're not paying attention to the aspects that can be actually difficult or not very clear for those students.
In line with Agnieszka's advice, Steve Astbury, a lecturer in accounting at INTO University of Exeter, explains how thinking about how students go about working through problems has redesigned his learning materials using a range of tools in PowerPoint.
Yeah, one of the other things that I have taught myself to do in the last 10 days is I deliver quite a lot of all my lectures are PowerPoint based, and as I said to you just now, they're recorded and uploaded onto our local delivery system, which can be accessed from anywhere in the world. But one of the things I've started doing is using animated PowerPoints with a voiceover. I've only done one so far, but it's a really neat trick. I had a go at it, and then finally got one to go live the day before yesterday. Because what I've done is take a problem out of the textbook and go through and solve it step by step with a PowerPoint presentation, but a commentary to the PowerPoint presentation and annotations. Because quite often you get a student who looks at the answer and says, well, I can see the answer, but I can't quite see how to get there.
At the University of East Anglia, Penny explains how they have adopted a 3-pronged approach to teaching anatomy and physiology to nursing and allied health students. They implement a blended learning approach where students are expected to undertake pre-sessional learning, engage in lectures and seminars, and undertake a formative task afterwards. This ensures that students can keep pace with the curriculum as they explore all systems of the human body, and allows teaching and support staff to see where they are at on the learning curve. Having had to move to fully online delivery following the outbreak of Covid-19, Penny explains how having this structure already in place has made the transition all the more easier by having the resources readily available.
It's a really easy way of just being able to do a 3-pronged approach that involves some interaction and then some way of testing. And then once they have done that test, they then submit it, and then the course leaders, the teachers, can see that they've actually done that test. So I had already set that up before this COVID-19 business came about, because there are some students who APEL into our courses because they're short-term ones. So the assumption is that they know the science, but I'm wary of people knowing the science. So I've said I'll produce these resources, and then the students can then identify what their score is, and if they're getting less than 40%, which is our normal pass mark, so they're getting 4 out of 10 or less, then they need to start doing some extra work, and then we could again guide them to the extra resources like textbooks or digital learning or podcasts or stuff that you can find online or YouTube videos or whatever. Once they know, oh, I really don't know anything about the cardiovascular system, I need to go and do some learning, then they can then, they this very simple, basic learning, find the terminology, and then hopefully by going through that process and introducing different systems as we go through, as they're learning them, then they will realise that they need to improve their science.
Adapting resources for online can be simple, utilising tools that are already available to add depth, chunk learning into more manageable pieces, and ensure that the experience is learner-centred. In the next video, we will explore how our academics have embraced online teaching in a synchronous environment, including some of the challenges and some useful tips.